I'm here in Modi'in, Israel, and about half an hour before the rockets started firing, we saw this threat from Hamas. I called my kids to come home, and then sure enough, at 6 o'clock, I hear these booms in the distance, and I see the Iron Dome 500 meters away from my house. I have a view of it here in Modi'in, activated and ready to fire. And I guess my question is, I saw this coming the minute Biden was elected.
Yep.
Is this what the next 4 years is going to look like?
Yeah, it is. Go ahead and finish, Michael. Go ahead. I want you to finish.
Anything Israel can do to satisfy this man, or is it just literally going to be a repeat of the Obama years?
It's going to be a repeat of the Obama years. Elections have consequences. First, the Biden administration has clashed with Israel over the policies being employed in the region. That's number one, despite the fact that you had the Abraham Accords, which brought more unity to the region than any time in modern history. In fact, I would say in history. Forget modern history. In history, number one. Number two, it's the first major disagreement between Israel and the Biden administration, with the Biden administration still, as far as I know, not condemning these actions. We can't find it. We're looking, our team's looking, the actions of Hamas and the Palestinian Authority not been condemned. And Biden has thus far viewed remember, he took him 3 weeks to call the prime minister of Israel. That tells you what the priority is. And Andy, that priority is very low.
Israel is not a priority. And I'm going to tell you something. And this may be considered a harsh statement. It may be considered an overly strong statement. But I put these missile attacks upon Israel squarely at the feet of Joe Biden and the Biden administration because of the pay for slay ideas that was reinstituted, because of the attitude toward Israel, because of the attitude toward in favor of the Palestinians, because of the attitude that we have taken against the progress that has been made in the Abraham Accords. This is something that Joe Biden should be ashamed of. And let me say something to our Christian audience also. These rocket attacks are not just simply on Jewish sites. These include sites that could be hit, including the tomb of the Holy Sepulchre, Golgotha, Calvary, the sacred churches of the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, the Via Dolorosa. All those Christian sites are always, the rockets don't discriminate between the Temple Mount or the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, and the tomb of the Holy Sepulchre, folks. It makes no difference.